Hello everyone and welcome back to World of Tanks with Black Nike. Today this video is all about the 110, Chinese tier 8 heavy tank. And well, to show you this tank I'm going to show you guys 4 games, but in advance a few facts about this tank. Pike nose, low armor, which is actually increased by 150% extra because it's a pike, as long as you're standing straight into the enemy, straight towards the enemy. And you will see by the small number in the bottom of my screen in the games below my HUD that the armor values are decreased the more you start to angle. So effect for this tank, no angling applied. 1550 hit points, about as much as the IS-3 has, although I can't compare it. Less than the Germans have, and well, I can't say really much about it. Let's compare it with the KV-4, which has 1650 hit points, as much as the Tiger II has. The T-32 has 1550 hit points, a good all-rounder. But with the 110, it's just the 1515 hit points, but as an all-rounder, this tank will not do. This tank is for full assaults. With the 120mm of frontal hull armor on that pike nose, you can actually, when you're facing an enemy straight on, have 267mm of frontal upper hull armor. Lower hull, I haven't looked at it, I'm not going to bore you with that detail. Turret armor, only 210mm, and for the 2 turrets it does have, it's a big improvement over the stock turrets. So the turret is still going to bounce quite a lot, but a big weak spot right there at the commander's hatch. It's easy to hit, easy to penetrate. Top of the turret has weak armor. I think it's the 50mm, but it could be the 148, or maybe in between there's something like that. The standard shell damage with the gun I have mounted at the moment, the 122mm, is an average of 390. But you are barely going to hit about 390 damage, because most shots are below average. The penetration not awesome, 175mm, no improvement from the stock gun, but with this gun you are going to fire a little bit faster, so it's not a bad gun to grind. And well, I'm not using any gold shells. Heat is the gold shell for this tank, and well, it does have a whole lot of penetration. It will bounce a lot on angled or sloped or spaced armor. I haven't really changed the crew skills from my IS-2. They are still the same, but snapshot is on training. I have recon on training for the earlier spotting, so I can actually get the first shot off, and the clutch braking, because well, might be useful. And I still have the vertical stabilizer. I mounted it on this tank because well, I'm going to fire a lot during movement and turret rotation. Playing it like a medium tank actually works very well. And a gun rammer, because the firing is always good to be faster than your opponents. And with the improved ventilation, the crew is doing a little bit better than without. So, having read all these facts, there's only one remaining fact. It does make have a speed limit of 40 km per hour. And although its power to weight ratio isn't the best, it does get at the 40 km per hour in a straight line. Although when you're turning it will slow down a whole lot. But this tank can be played like a medium tank but just do not try to circle the heavy tanks. But when you find yourself in a position to take advantage of your speed, do try to. And to show you guys that this tank works very well in random battles, even when you're alone, I'm going to show you the first 4 battles I've played in this tank. And actually all 4 of them were wins, and they are from the best first to the worst last, and that is actually the order I actually played them. So let's take a look, shall we? So this first battle, we're on Siegfried Line, and well, to be honest, this is the kind of map where this tank actually excels. And as I said, keep watch for the numbers in the bottom of the screen. And you see that there is that number. It's actually showing how much my frontal armor is in thickness. How many millimeters in thickness my frontal armor will be having. And well, potentially that's quite a lot for only 120 millimeters of armor. And the turret, yeah, well, it will always be like the 201 or 210 millimeters that is showing. But it's not really that bad. It will block enough to make sure that you will survive quite a lot of battles. And well, yeah, I couldn't make that shot. That would have been too much of a pop shot to actually do anything. So I'm just keeping watch here, changing between sniper mode and normal mode, and I react too slow and couldn't hit the T-29. If I had not went out of sniper mode and just watched, I would have been able to actually do something. IS-3 there. I wanted to be sure to penetrate him. He misses me, so I recognize that. Pull forward again and land a second shot. 434 damage, a high damage roll. And Centurion finishes him off. But the T-34 actually hits my teammate there. As the IS that's actually there, but we don't see the IS yet, because he's not spotted yet. And right here, I kind of have a bad luck moment, and I'm actually using my teammate in the wrong way. Pulling back here, getting behind the A44, and T-34 actually finishes him off first. Sorry there mates, I actually used you as a human shield. There we have the IS, no chance to miss, and I hit the little port there. Yeah, well, T-34 actually hits my weak spot, and I will show it in a moment. Just wait. Oh, nothing there. Now, yeah, there the IS bounced, and I actually look where he hit me. You can see it right in my commander's cupola. And yeah, now waiting again for the T-34 to pop up, but he's not stupid, he's staying hidden. So I decide to follow the Carnarvon, because well, he made the right decision, and then the T-34 shows up. And I get into cover quick enough again, and I should be taking note of this. This is a big mistake. I actually got hit pretty high there. And I aimed my frontal armor straight at the T-69 there, so he can't penetrate if he hits. But he doesn't hit me anyways, so no problem there. At this moment I'm doing pretty well actually, but I haven't made use of my armor in full potential. Right here looking for a shot at the Su-100M1, not getting the full potential there. IS being shot at by T-28 prototype finishes the T-28 prototype off, and the ISU pulls back to actually get a shot in on the Carnarvon. I can't hit the Type 59. I was waiting till the coast was clear, and it is. I move in a little bit too wide, and I do get hit by T-29, who gets a low damage roll, I think. I put one into the ISU, low damage roll, but not really low. I track myself against him, and in frustration he fires one shot and knows he's finished off. Okay, repair the track, turn around because I'm in the open right there and artillery could have shot me. And that T-29 is just going to have the worst day of his life. One in his lower glacis, and well, he finished off the Carnarvon, and right here I was actually trying to get a shot in on him, but the Borsig finished him off earlier. The artillery just fired and I spotted him, and I get the final shot on the artillery. And at this moment we've got this one in the bag. That 122mm gun actually did its job pretty well. And I noticed the Type 59 can finish me off in one shot. And I can't finish him off in one shot, at least not for sure. I let the Borsig, who has full health, go forward, although he was blocking me in the start. But he dunks his shot, I dunk my shot. I actually take care the Borsig can make his next shot safely, so he won't take the damage. I put my armor in front of his gun will only show, and the Type will only have me or his gun to shoot at. Still a big target, but not as big as, well, the AMX M445. Too bad he got targeted there. Artillery gets a very hard shot in. And well, this is where a 6th sense skill would be nice. Haven't got that. I didn't know I was spotted. And right here, there we have it. That gave me the sign I actually was spotted. He dunks his shot, I bounce him, and well, he rammed me and killed himself with that. And well, let's just thank him for that, shall we? Yeah, that will do. Yeah, that will do. He probably already left, because well, his team fucked it up pretty hard. And there we have the last enemy remaining, finishing him off. Come on! 360 damage roll. Too bad. Hopefully the next one will do better, like this one. We're on Ruinberg. Yeah, and not Ruinberg on fire, but just normal Ruinberg. We're top tier again. And we are again in the 110, because that's what this video was about. And well, just using this tank as a heavy tank works great. Using it as a medium tank, maybe I can make this tank work better as a medium tank, but we will see in this match. By the way, I keep using my lower tier teammates, or actually they hope to use me, but get into the wrong positions. Moving forward as fast as possible, and well, I am fast, unless I hit something that stops me. Yeah, I just did that. Seeing the team splitting up behind me, no problem. Just make sure you're not getting shot at by enemies that will penetrate you every shot. And I dunked my first shot into the IS-3 pad. The ISU actually hits him first. Got hit, but no damage. He actually got bounced there twice. Pretty lucky for an SU-152. Dunked my second shot, although I probably could have stayed there, because the T25/2 doesn't really have that much penetration, and the T43 neither. And this ain't the safest position I can be in, because to my left there's an open street. Yeah, get a shot in on the T25/2, giving him my full front, but he's not going to be able to penetrate that anytime soon. IS-3 rather shooting the tier 7 and tier 6 tank behind me than shooting at me, and T25/2 is facing me head on. And this is where I momentarily got distracted by the T44. And I wanted to hit him, but the Su-152 actually went forwards, and stupid. He blocked my shot, and not really happy with him blocking my shot. He got bounced again. Wow! And again! Does this enemy team not know that the ISU has no armor whatsoever? Why do they keep bouncing him? The Yaktiger 88 isn't getting bounced that much. And get a big shot in on him, actually pretty low. There we have the T44 again, giving him my full frontal armor. He can't penetrate that. There you have it. The 120mm is actually more than enough. Just a moment ago I realized I had my engine damaged because of that T44. And well, he was trying to run from that AMX 5100, but he realized too late he was not going to be able to run from that. And whoa, that's super Pershing. Wow, what was he planning? Oh well, thanks for the extra armor. And that AMX 5100, nice shot there. He was the best player on the enemy team. And noticeable. And I watched the minimap almost the whole time, targeting the IS-3, letting my teammates know I targeted him, I tracked him, and they kill him. Some nice assisting damage I got there. I actually wanted to get a shot in too, but not able to do that. At this moment the ISU just got finished. I noticed he got finished, and to be sure I don't get shot in the flank, I start turning around. Super Pershing blocking me with a turn, and he noticed I was turning around. Probably looked at the minimap there, but well, we don't know. I wasn't really watching, but KV-1S is never going to hurt me like that. And well, let's just wait for a second. Wait a second longer. And oh dear, behind me the KV-1S just got killed. Getting a shot in on the T-34. Getting my full frontal armor into game again. And he bounced. Now I'm actually waiting. The 88 is moving towards me. And well, I know that he's moving towards me. So I start turning, pulling back a little bit so the T-34 can't hit me. And 88 turned around and is now rushing the other side. So now I'm going to use my speed again. And using this speed in a full throttle mode. 8 health 88, dead. He's never going to bounce dead. T-34 noticed I pulled around. He's going to push forward. And watch that AMX 5100. I got a shot in on the T-34, low damage roll again. Happens too often. And well, there's that AMX 5100. He's probably reloading, but I can't hit him. He's turning in the other road, trying to finish off our AMX 5100. Dunked my shot, and well, at that range he was never going to bounce. But I don't mind. It seems he's actually trying to put his full frontal armor towards me, but that is not working on a T-34. Second good game in a row. Here's the third good game. And this was the last good game I actually had. I'm going to show you why. This tank can do hull down positions just as good as a T-34 or an IS-3. And, well, any other tank with a strong turret. Although this has a little bit bigger weak spot than the IS-3 or the T-32, but not big enough to get penetrated a whole lot. Telling the Löwe to follow me, because he was actually going the other way, but he's too slow for that. He would be caught on his own if he did that. And we've got some enemies spotted by that M5, who is playing like a boss. Normally, the M5A1 Stewart would have been killed by now. But he's not taking any risks. He's standing there behind that rock, and I know I have to put pressure on the enemies. And, oh, wait a second, first take out that IS. Pulling back after a shot, making sure I can't be hit anymore. And we've got an FE304 in the enemy team and in our own team. One of them, my own teammate, is actually letting loose on these enemy tanks pretty hard. He's having a great game. And enemy FE304 actually has a hard on for me. I know I reloaded faster or sooner than him. I put a shot into the IS, but do not get any damage in. FE hits me, but deals no damage. I decide I have to move forward right now. Get into some artillery cover. Get closer so he can't use his arc against me. And watching the minimap here, see, those two tanks are rushing the enemy. There's no one stopping them. Dunk a shot on the T-28 prototype. Pull back, T-29 is moving up. But there's that FE304 again. T-29 bounced. No problem there. And I didn't get retracked. Pulled my armor in front, but IS-3 got my weak spot. I can't really... Oh, there was that FE again. Still having a hard on for me. Probably didn't kill a 110 yet. So I decide not to take any more risks. We've got two heavy tanks against them. And the IS-3 already is moving up again. With the Jagdpanther 2 behind him. And the FE304 is now being shot at. And I dunk another shell at the T-28 prototype. I could have almost killed him by now. Just waiting a second there, getting a shot in, pulling back. He's not firing at me. He's being fired on by the VK3002D, and he's turning towards him now. Dunking another shot, dealing no damage. Bad. Now he is turning his turret towards me, but he got distracted again, and he's now dead. So, how does this tank perform as a medium tank? Let's just first try to make a pop shot at the KV-4. Did it? KV-4 missed me. I move forward. He's probably going to be finished off before I get to him. Hold on. He's strongly armored. I do have to do something about this. Get his attention. We're moving right in front of him. Getting past his shot before he actually got to fire it, and finishing off before he aims at me. Actually, that's what medium tanks should do. Ah well. As I said, working this tank as a medium tank does work pretty well. I noticed it right there. And well, this is a heavy tank. So you can play a heavy tank like a medium tank with armor. That's actually pretty nice. Come on guys, let's say move past there, through there, or straight at the base. There you have it again. The M5A1 Stuart is still alive. He's having a cracker of a game, but that FV304 also is doing the best job he can. Already repositioning, and he probably can hit them right now. Having full cap circle in his sights, he is going to let loose on them. They are capping with 3 tanks. And come on, you can do it, you can do it. Please reset the cap. And there is it. First shot hit. Resets the cap. And it's over. They can't do anything against us now. The FV is fully resetting the cap the whole time. And those 3 tanks can't actually do anything about it because that M5A1 Stuart is doing a terrific job at spotting them. And right now we have arrived. Jagdpanther 2, I want to shoot him. Come on, no, not a clear shot. ARL is a clear shot. And I actually get the attention of both of these enemy tanks. And that makes for a clear shot for my teammates. So guys, goodbye, and I'll see you on the battlefields.